Jasmine, big win. Obviously got moved to the main card, and then you go out there and deliver a performance and finish like that. How pleased are you with how everything went?
Moved on to the main card. It was a little bit more inspiration to, like, not that I ever am like not trying my hardest, but I was like, okay, this is like a feature spot. They want to have like good fights in this spot, like, you know, just a little bit extra pressure on that shoulder to get the finish. So I'm glad that the pressure was a good one.
Yeah, no kidding. First person to ever submit Ariane. So what does that mean to you?
Sick.
She's only been stopped by knockout, so this was her first submission loss.
Oh, damn. All right, sick. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm loving that choke. I've been hitting it on everyone, hitting it on the guys in the gym. Show it to Tisha, hit it on him. Just kidding. But no, I'm just playing. But I forget what I was saying. Yeah. He's talking shit.
Mike was in here, and he was doing his interview when you got the finish. He was obviously really excited. He said he was unsurprised that was the choke you got it with, so he says you're good at that.
Yeah. No, it was so cool seeing Mikey when I was coming out from the back, and then seeing him right away. He said, we have this like thing. When you lose, it's like a funeral, and when you win, it's like a wedding. So right when we saw each other, a teammate of ours, Siri, also won. So gives me a big hug. He's like, 3 weddings, baby. I'm like, let's go.
That's awesome. So is this one of the better nights you can recall, like for the team, for you? It seems like it was a perfect moment.
It's amazing. This whole camp has been awesome. All 3 of us together, you know, in the trenches, working hard, like coming into those Monday wrestling practices, like, okay, another one, and like fist pumping each other, like, okay, like 3 more weeks or whatever it may be. Being there, like going through it together, and then now being able to celebrate together, it's unbelievable.
That's awesome. I think you've proven yourself to be a top 15 fighter in this division now, easily. I guess when you look around, you see a big fight tonight, you see other names out there. Where do you feel you fit?
I mean, I'm just waiting till that belt's around my waist, and then that's where I fit. But you know, we'll see. Like, I understand that there's going to be conquests in the way to that belt, so we'll see what the next one is.
Is there any names out there that are appealing to you right now?
Honestly, when I have a fight, I almost don't even know anyone else in the world exists. So I don't know. I let my coaches figure all that stuff out.
Jazz, congrats on the win tonight. You know, Ariane is known as the Queen of Violence, but she also had that 2020 submission of the year for her knee bar on Luana Carolina. So was that something, like her ground game, was that something that you specifically focused on for this camp?
Yeah, you know, obviously she's got some subs, and she's got solid hands as well. So I knew that this fight could kind of like go anywhere, but I know that my grappling is very strong. I have been able to like travel all over the world, and I've been very fortunate to train with girls all over the world that are world champions, like Olympians in the Brock room at wrestling and everything. And I know where my grappling level is at, and especially for MMA, because it's not jiu-jitsu and it's not wrestling. It's its own unique thing where you can hold someone down and still elbow them in the face while you're looking for that sub.
I got to fact check Mike on this, and not that I don't believe him, but when he was out here, he said the first time you rolled was with him, and it was on like carpet in a living room. Is that true?
That's true. Like, so he came down, and he had already been at Alpha Male. He's a pro fighter and everything like that. And then they're like doing jiu-jitsu, or they're talking about jiu-jitsu, and then Chris, he says, he's like, roll with her, Mike. And then, so Mike's like, okay, like, whatever. And then, so we're rolling on the carpet, and he's just like, okay, this girl's like feisty.
So I got to ask, though, you mentioned Sergey as well, and obviously you've kind of got this like family unit around you now in terms of Niagara Top Team in that area. So how important is that to you?
It's amazing. We have such an unbelievable community, and when like one person's going to war, we're all going to war, and we really like are like structure the practices for the people that are fighting. Like, for example, recently me, Mike, and Siri are fighting, so like the coaches will do practices for the entire room that are kind of specific looks for what our opponents are going to be trying to do against us. So we've got a whole group of people trying to do that particular thing against us. And I think it just makes our skill set continue to grow. In addition, we're so supportive of each other. Like when somebody finished a fight, it's not like they're taking a couple months off or anything. They still are accountable. They have to be back in the room because they're helping other partners out, and vice versa. It's a continuous thing. We're a very, very tight community there, and always trying to help each other out and build each other up. So I think that's why we're growing at such an exponential rate.
And then speaking of getting back in the gym, I know you said it doesn't matter who you fight necessarily, you leave it to your team, but do you have a time frame in mind?
Not really. I like to stay active. You know, I'm old, so I'm trying to fight as much as possible. So I don't know. I'm going to, a teammate of mine, she's going to Indonesia to fight, and so I'm going to go with her. So I'll have like a little bit of a break, a little bit of a weekend away, a trip, and then I bet you after that I'll be recharged to go right back in the gym. So I can't see me taking a long break off.
If you're old, some of us in this room are decrepit. So are you hopeful that they'll get back to Canada? Mike was talking about maybe Halifax would be cool.
I would love to fight in Halifax. Oh, that's like my dream place, is like somewhere out east, because I fought in Vancouver, I fought in Toronto. All we got to do is hit out there, you know, fought here, right?
Canadian road trip. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on the win, Jasmine. Did the fight play out just as you expected to tonight?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, I wish I damaged her more on the feet, of course. In the first, I wish I'd knocked her out. But hey, whatever. But yeah, essentially that was the game plan. Like, me grow as she dwindles. It's like, you know, keep putting her down, keep breaking her down, break her down until eventually she just gives me the sub.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. I think your fight style, you like to go out there and break your opponents.
Yeah.
You know, the pressure you put on, the damage that you can apply onto your opponents as well. It really shows in fights, and I think it showed as well tonight.
Yeah, I feel like you have to like break them emotionally, physically, mentally. These girls at the highest level, you can't just like break them a little bit. You have to break them in all facets before they'll let you finish them.
For you, it's got to be a top 10 opponent next.
Hopefully, maybe top 5.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much.